Hello. Welcome back. Well, thank you for coming back to another episode of the Me MaDukes Podcast. We are a not so perfect family, just figuring things out. And today on the podcast, last week, we were talking so much about being confident where you are and pushing through and going, being confident where you are and where you're going to. Today, we're going to be talking about pushing through, what it takes to push through so that you can get to that vision. You can get to the end, get to where you're going, accomplish that big win in the end. Yeah. So what are some of the things that you guys think keeps us from getting to the end when we start off on something that we're so passionate about, we're so excited about? How do we get discouraged during the whole process?
For me, I think it's you start out fresh, you have all these fresh ideas and all these things coming at you, and as you start getting into it, you start to lose momentum, and then you're like, I don't really want to do this anymore. Like, you just fall off, basically, and that's one of the roadblocks.
Because, they say startup energy is easy.
I feel like the base of what it is that as more like things come up or more objects in the road come that you have to figure out, your stamina for that after a long time, depending on like if you're not really driven to do what you're doing, or it could go down.
Right, the endurance.
All the time, the endurance for that. Right?
Yeah, you can lose it. Okay, yeah. What do you guys think about distractions? You were about to say something.
Just getting lazy.
Getting lazy.
Lazy is key.
That's the number one.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so is laziness and complacency the same thing?
No.
Complacency is like staying where you are,
Complacency is being comfortable, just being in your own spot.
Yeah, I think
laziness is just
not wanting to do nothing.
Yeah, laziness.
I need to look into that.
You can be complacent without being lazy.
Because sometimes your lifestyle ain't a lazy lifestyle. Sometimes you might have a busy lifestyle, but you're stuck
just
in that busy lifestyle.
Yeah,
you're stuck doing that.
Yeah, that's
being
true.
lazy, that's me. Okay.
What?
I like to roll over in my bed and just sleep for a little bit more. Or I like to just watch anime all night. That's lazy. I need to get out of that.
You need to sleep on the ground a few nights.
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
You need to get uncomfortable a little bit. That comfort.
I'm sleeping on my futon for a couple nights.
That bed do feel good though.
That's not uncomfortable enough.
It's not uncomfortable enough. But that bed do feel good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That bed will keep you there. And our pastor like to say something. It will lullaby you to sleep.
Yeah.
Not for me though. I mean, the bed. When I be in the bed a long time, it just I have to get up. I can't just lay there.
No, we talking about in the morning though. Like when you should get up and get at it. Sometimes that bed keeps saying 5 minutes more, 10 minutes more, 15 minutes more. If you don't jump right up, it would keep you there, and then before you know it,
For me, going to work, I got my alarm set, and it's set literally like every 5 minutes, I think 8 times.
Yes, mine too.
I had to get that extra 5 minutes. Like, okay, this is the last time, the 8th time I got to get up.
You know what I found out? If you do that, it makes you even more tired, because I think it's like the circadian rhythm or something like that.
Out of sleep.
You gotta your body is used to a certain amount of sleep in one period, and when you keep hitting snooze and stuff, you're not getting that sleep that your body is used to, which will make you even more tired.
Jazmine always know these little facts.
Yeah, she right though. They teach the circadian rhythm in the military.
Oh really? Yeah, but it is true though. It makes you more tired, and I feel like it gets aggravating after a while. I get mad at my phone after a while. I'll be like, let me just get right up, man. This thing is going to keep going on. You enjoy those little 5 minutes?
I get
Well, let's get back on topic to what we actually came to talk about.
Oh my gosh, the drill sergeant is in the building. No, I'm just playing. But distractions. I think distractions is one of the things that makes you lose momentum and lose where you're trying to go, because it's pulling your energy and pulling your focus in a different direction. And if you don't have, that's why you have to have that vision and stuff in front of you every day, because we have so many things that are distracting in our time right now.
It's so easy to get off.
It's so easy, and nobody is above being distracted.
Nobody.
No one is above being distracted. And what you have to do is ask yourself, how is your environment feeding or supporting you in getting your getting success in the things that you want to do? Is it aiding or feeding your success, or is it taking away from it? You know, like your friends. Are they really pushing you towards the things that you want to do? There's a time for fun, believe it or not. There's a time to having a good time. You want to have friends that you can hang out with and laugh until your stomach hurts and cry and have a good time. But you also need friends that's gonna say, okay, we need
Back to work.
Yeah.
back to
Like
work.
me.
Get back to it.
Like you. Get back on it. And then the environment, you know, if your friends aren't doing the things that you're doing or similar, if they don't have goals, if they don't have certain things that they're working towards, they're always going to want to do something. Let's go here, let's do this, let's do that, let's, you know,
You can do that later. Let's just do this now.
yes, you know, if they don't have a lot of times people that have a lot of time don't have a lot that they're working on.
Yeah.
You know, once you get serious about one or two things that you're committed to getting done, that you're focusing on, you have to study, you have to put effort into it. It consumes a lot of your time, you know. So,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do it.
What you gonna do?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that out
Come
loud.
back to us. Come back to us.
I was still going off Mr. Jesse.
What he said on last episode.
Yeah.
What
Just came back
about
to
fear?
No.
Yeah, I think me and Jalen going to have to start us something.
Yeah.
That'd be
But,
good.
yeah.
That'd be good.
And we'll be here to support you guys.
Yes, we will.
But yes, distractions.
That was
Yeah, but distractions is real. Even in your circle, distractions could be because say for instance, I'm doing my thing and I know what I'm trying to do, but you guys are not trying to do what I'm trying to do. But you guys are having more enjoyment, more fun, all of that. So I'm gonna be like, you know, man,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm over here sitting and I'm over here doing this or eating this, whatever the case may be, and y'all, you know,
And that can throw you off track.
Yeah,
Yep.
throw you
Yeah.
off track big time. So
yeah.
And you gotta be able to identify your distractions,
Yes.
right?
your
I have a
strong
hard
weakness.
time identifying my distractions. They might be clear, vivid examples of distractions to everybody else. But me, I just go along, and it'll be like a little fork in the road, just like that. And I'd be right over there. Don't even know a turn. Just over there, just doing that. And then when I get down the road, I'd be like, man, I'm supposed to be over there. An hour, 2 hours then went by, and I'm on a whole different course. Now I got to get back over here. It's hard for me. So you got to be able to see it.
You know,
See,
but
that's
you
what-
know why it's hard for you to see it is because you don't have the things in front of you that's reminding you where you're going.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not constantly being reminded, and this is why we do vision boards. This is why we, you know, the Bible is saying having this stuff in front of you. Because if it's not in front of you, everything else is saying, hey, look at me, you know,
Yeah.
and coming and get you if you're not
TikTok.
focusing. If you're not remembering or being constantly reminded that this is the direction that you want to go. This is the direction that you should be going in. Everything else. It's just like when you're driving and you're using your GPS, you know, if you are not focused on where you're going, even looking at the GPS, you could easily take the wrong turn. Or you could, if you just look at it and say, oh, I know where I'm going. I got the GPS, but I know where I'm going. Then you can find yourself someplace that you don't necessarily want to be.
And then you gotta take the detour, which causes more time.
Yeah.
But that's a lesson for
but
now.
it's always a bigger distraction on a detour. Always.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
y'all pay attention to it, it's a bigger distraction on a detour.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it takes it, and sometimes it takes so much. Sometimes you've worked so hard to gain the little momentum or the steps that you've gained, and now you're on this detour and you come back, you got to start all over again. You know,
Yep.
yeah. So even as you're going after your stuff and you're pushing through, ask God for the grace to stay committed. You know,
And, yeah.
ask him, help me to stay focused on what I'm trying to do, and every day checking in. If you don't have nobody that you're checking in with, if you don't have nobody that you're accountable to, about your goals with, then
It's easy to be distracted.
it's easy to be distracted, and you can't get mad at the person that's trying to hold you accountable now. You know.
Me and Jonathan was talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
yeah, it's so easy to get mad at the person who's doing that.
Yeah.
Who's just trying to help you.
Especially the ones that's closer to you.
Yes.
I used to be a victim of that. Sometimes I still slip, but it's hard. You got to really pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to what Daniel was saying, he not being able to recognize what distracts him and stuff. That's where your circle comes in, because they They can stay on the outside looking in. They can see, oh, aren't you supposed to be here right now? And they can just kind of hold you accountable, basically. Yeah.
That's the best way to keep from distractions and keep on target is having somebody that you're accountable to. When you're not accountable to anybody, you're accountable to yourself. It takes a lot of discipline to keep yourself in accountants, I guess.
Yeah, to keep yourself. Yes, you can't trust yourself. I think a lot of times we think that, oh, we got it. But if you be honest with yourself, Don't, you can lie to everybody, as my dad used to say, but don't lie to yourself. You know that you're not going to do what you said you're going to do, and being able to check in with you from time to time. Don't wait until the very end, but check in with you from time to time and say, hey, where am I on this thing? Where do I always fall short? Where do I need, don't spend so much time praising yourself and spend less time looking at your weaknesses.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we magnify our wins and we don't look at our weaknesses. And what we seem to miss is that our weaknesses is the things that cause us to fall. You don't have to always pay this much attention on what you're doing. You got what you're doing right. What's keeping you from the next level is what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
How about zero in on that?
Yeah, that makes you even better in the long run.
That makes you even better in the long run because you already know what you got. Ain't no point in just glorifying what you got. Yes, you want to, be grateful and thankful, and you want to make sure that you're giving yourself pats on the back. But what makes you better, what actually makes you stronger and makes you accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, when you look at your areas that I'm weak in and say, oh, I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to get strong in this one area, and move forward.
Yeah.
Move forward in that thing, and encourage yourself.
Yeah.
In order to push through, like I heard Jazmine say something. We were coming in on the way here. She says, pushing through brings the breakthrough.
Yeah.
If you don't push through, you're not going to get on the other side. And anything that you're doing, you're going to have to push through. So,
and if you don't push through, you'll never know what's waiting for you on the other side.
You'll never know. You never know. And then pushing through, you got to gain some grit, some muscle, some stick-to-itness, some confidence, you just can't, this thing punched me and I'm going to take it. You got to fight back.
Yeah.
You can't keep losing. You got to build some tough skin to go after the things that you want to do. And you got to get up every day and say, I'm going to push through whatever it is. I'm going to force myself not to be on, I'm going to give myself a time limit for being on Instagram, a time limit for being on just putting the things in motion that's going to make you win, and then having the grit and the endurance, from day to day to stick to it, to really see what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people slip up as well, or they have this big idea of what they want to do, and they bring it up to somebody. Like, I was listening to Tyler Perry, and he was saying he had all these ideas for plays and stuff that he wanted to put on, and he would go to people and they would tell him, no, this isn't really what we're looking for. That no is what turns a lot of people around most of the time. They're like, oh, this idea isn't good enough. It's not good, I guess, so I'll just scratch it and start on something else. But somebody, I can't remember who said it, but I think it was Michael Todd. He said, no just leads to a better yes. So when you hear that no, probably reevaluate, look at it, and just don't be so easily discouraged. Just keep at it, and one day their efforts will not go unnoticed.
Yeah, I think sometimes we're easily discovered. We don't just build up the skin, the grit of, getting in the game and doing the dirty work, hearing the hard nose, Anybody that accomplish anything. You think about basketball players, anybody, actors, anybody. They've had to build some muscle, you have to build some muscle. You got to keep going. You just can't be that easily intimidated. I think sometimes we're living in a culture where everyone is so sensitive and they give up too easy.
There's a lot of sensitivity out here these days.
And it's pride too. I think my idea is the best idea on the planet. Nothing else can top this. And then they hear no, and they're like, no, you see what I just put out for you?
And they get discouraged. They get discouraged.
Pride is serious, but I feel like a balance of pride is good. I guess I say that. Yes. Because pride is like confidence in a kind of way.
Right. Yeah. Pride really, having pride in what you do, pride really should, make us care and be concerned and everything. But then it goes into that next level when your ego gets into it.
Yeah.
Arrogance. And then slip a little bit of arrogance in there, and then before you know it, you're way off. Nobody can tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Be open. As you want to push through, be open for the process. There's no's in the process. There's some yeses in the process. There's ups, there's downs. We like to think that whatever we're going after is just going to be one straight street. It's not. It's bumps, it's ups, it's downs, it's curves, it's come around here, go back around here. But it's part of the process.
Yeah.
And you can't get something without going through process. And sometimes we just don't want to deal with the process that it takes, from getting us from point A to point B.
Yeah, being open to the process also includes being open to criticism or critiques.
Yeah. Yes,
and that's a lot of people go wrong there. They think you're critiquing me. Do you think you're critiquing this thing that I made? It's not good enough for you? No, it's perfectly good. We're just offering some feedback in how to make it better.
Yes, and I must say sometimes that's hard to take because
I'm still working on it.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. But you see. We know what we need to work on.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I know I need to work on, critique. So what that means is I embrace it. When it comes forward, I lean in a little bit more. What you got to say? Okay. And of course, you look at it and you see, is it true? Is it not true? This comes back to being honest with yourself.
Who's it coming from?
Who's it coming from and stuff like that. But being willing to open. And if you have accountability people around you, then you know that you can trust if they're telling you, you might want to tweak this part. You might want to make these adjustments. Because they're your accountability partner, hopefully you would have someone who has your best interest at heart, and this comes back to, again, environment. What environment are you in that's going to help you really get to that next level, which part of it is that critique, that criticism. I think about performances and performers and games and athletes and everything, and I keep coming back to this because it's the one thing that we glorify to win, but we don't actually look at the process that it takes these athletes to get and accomplish the things that they're trying to accomplish. And part of it is they have to go back over those tapes. They have to look at it and see where my mistakes are. They got to hear from their coach, from their managers, from whoever, telling them, you might want to adjust this. You might want to redo this. You might want to make in all kinds of adjustments. But when we hear it, we fall out like the world is about to end and have a 5-year-old tantrum.
Yeah, that's what our my chorus teacher used to make us do. I know it's not a sport, but he would perform record our performances and make us watch them back. We'd be so focused. Oh yeah, we did it. We got it out the way. Let's go to the next performance. And he's like, wait. Look at what you did well, but also look at what you did wrong and what you can improve on to make the next performance even better.
Yeah. So as you're pushing through, just be encouraged in those things. Be open to the process. Be open to the unknown.
Trust the process as well.
Trust the process. Be open to the process and trust it. Get all the information that you can get.
Exactly.
and find people who have done what you're trying to do. Surely you're not the first person that's trying to do it,
And be mindful of the time. Like, it's not going to happen all in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yes. It's not always going to happen all in a day. You have to, part of the process is what's going to make it happen. And process takes time. Process doesn't happen overnight, So be encouraged in whatever it is you're doing. We're saying all these things to tell you to be encouraged, and we're encouraging ourselves, that we have to continue what we've started here. We have to continue. We want to have engagements. We want to have these conversations. We want these things to be normal, not only to us. These are the conversations that we're having at home. These are the conversations that we're having behind the scene. And sometimes a lot of people are not privy to it. They just are hearing things from a different level, or you're just seeing what you're seeing on Instagram and thinking that people just
automatically like that.
Automatically wake up and made it happen. But these are the things that take time. So as you go back to school, as you take on that new endeavor, whatever it is that you're trying to do, we wish you the best. We wish you success, and we wish you practicality. if I said that word right. You know,
right.
We wish you the opportunity to be real with yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
To be honest with
to
yourself.
be honest with yourself. You know, and be honest with the people around you. Okay? Make sure you're doing that.
Yeah. All right, so that was the episode.
Alrighty, that
Hope
was
you
it for this
enjoyed it.
episode. We will be back. See you next week. Bye.
Hey, so that's it. Thank you for watching today's episode. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. New episodes drop Wednesdays each week. Remember to hit the notification button so you never miss when we post. See you later. Bye.